All right, everybody, we have a special event here. What town are you guys in again? Derek, what town are you in?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. Special event here. These are all firefighters, mostly, except for Todd there, right? It's firefighters and police officers. Friends of Deb Anderson's out there in Nebraska. So good to see you guys. Glad to get you on the show. You got a big event coming up, what, March 24th?
Yep, March 24th, 3 p.m. at Baxter Arena.
Good. And it's what's Guns and Hoses?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good. I like that name. I like that. So it's the firefighters playing a hockey game against the police officers, correct?
Correct.
Now, have you guys played before? Played against each other?
Oh, yeah. I've been on the department for 11 years, and we've basically done it since the very beginning, since I've been on. But it's been 3 years now with the First Responders Foundation. This will be I believe, our third annual game this year.
Good. So the fight they have in New York, they have the firefighters playing the police officers. They play at Madison Square Garden. They used to, I think. I don't think they play the Garden anymore. But they're always being brawls all the time. Like the guys are getting
that game's intense. It's awesome.
Oh, is that right? You guys get going in some fights?
Last year we had one center ice, and then Tony, I think we kind of had that little scrap with Steiber on, but I think those were like the two main ones.
Year. I mean, the deal with that, that's been going on for a couple years between those guys. Little heat back and forth during the game, but yeah, last year we had one center ice, and like Derek's got a pretty good story about that because it was a guy first year on their team taking on a guy that, one of our guys that played college, and I guess Derek told me after the game one time, he's like, he'd never been in a fight before or anything.
Is that
right? Yeah, I was like, you picked the wrong guy to fight. You know that? But hey, they went toe to toe. It was a good scrap.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? So they've got the referees and everything. This is really got full 20-minute periods and all that.
Oh yeah. It's a full show. It's legit.
That's cool.
Yeah,
excellent.
They do really good job putting that on. So.
All right. So just to introduce you, Derek's a firefighter. Anthony is a police officer. Chris is a firefighter. And Todd, again, what's your role again?
I'm president of the First Responders Foundation.
Okay. Very nice. Cool. Very good. So describe that to me a little bit.
So we've been in existence for 16 years based in Omaha, and we focus on the individual first responder, veterans, and their families. So anything from mental health to physical health, spiritual health, financial health. I know you were military, so that might sound familiar. Our previous person that ran this was a retired general, and he brought some things with him from the Army, and
very cool.
so we kind of follow those principles.
Cool. Hey, let's just be clear. I wish I was in the service, but I did not serve yet. But thank you, though. I think that's a real honor to be here. I do a lot of events with the military personnel, particularly Navy SEALs, but not just those guys. So I had to tell the truth there. I would have stuck it up and said it.
Sorry.
I grew up in the farm boy up in Canada. They're milking cows. So
we do everything with culturally competent people on staff. So we train all over the country. We do suicide prevention, resiliency, peer support. And so we go wherever it's needed. And then we do have a service dog program called Javelin. And we're a little different than most service dog programs, if you're familiar with those. We work with shelters and rescue. So we actually use rescue dogs and shelter dogs so that we're saving an animal at the same time.
Wow.
And then we train the veteran or retired first responder to train their dog. So they have the skills to do that afterwards. And we do it all for no cost to the veteran or first responder.
So this is all funded by people sending in money, donations. Cool.
Yep. And this Guns and Hoses is our largest fundraiser of the year. So we appreciate all the people coming out and supporting us.
Very good. And it's first responders only and their families that you deal with? You deal with first responders and their families, all those services?
Yep, and veterans and their families.
Oh, okay. Very cool. We got a veteran on here with us right now. A gentleman up here in Buffalo, New York, Ron Jameson. And I think I get this wrong all the time. I think he was in the Navy, I'm pretty sure. So Ron's a good follower of ours. He drives a Zamboni up there at the local rate. Maybe we can get him down there to drive a Zamboni for you guys.
That's awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah. No, Ron was in Navy. I apologize. What did I say? Navy? Yeah, he's Navy. Good guy.
That's a good fundraising opportunity, Todd. Celebrity Zamboni.
Nice. Yes. But I don't want him to drive though, right? What if he goes through the boards or something, right? That you want to...
we need some extra insurance, I think.
Yeah. Let him sit on the back. They do that at Madison Square Garden. A lot of rinks in National Hockey League, they have kids sit on the back of the Zamboni and everything. So I never got to do that. All the hockey I played, I never drove a Zamboni, even rode on a Zamboni. So
I got to ride on the Zamboni at a Minnesota Wild game.
Oh, really? Nice.
When I was like 14, I don't know, I was probably 13, 12.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't this year.
I was just going to say, Anthony, I was just going to say that.
I didn't grow much since then either, so don't know.
That's a good thing that you look. He's complimented you because you look young.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the rest of us missing our hair. I like your hairdo there. Todd's got the great hairdo going on. Chris has got the good hairdo. Anthony's partway there though. Anthony's got.
I'm not far from it. I'm close.
Yeah.
I did look like that a couple months ago.
You did?
Oh yeah, I was completely bald.
What? Did somebody shave you, or you did it yourself?
I just got done with cancer treatments, so
I
was as bald as those guys.
How are you feeling now?
Great. I hopefully go back to full duty here in probably end of March.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So,
good job.
Unfortunately, Derek's not going to be able to play with us this year.
I'll be in a plaid suit, standing on the bench, looking good.
Oh, nice. You got the plaid suit picked out already?
Oh yeah, I'm pulling out the Herb Brooks kind of.
Nice. There you go. And you got to be a real jerk on the bench too. Like he used to come when he coached us here in New York. Late in the game, I was a penalty killer, and kind of guy like that. So late in the game, if there was a penalty and we had to kill it, he'd come down to the end of the bench and kick me in the rear end. He said, "Get the fuck out there!"
Awesome.
Yeah, you should do that. Do that to some guys. You see, I'm Herb Brooks. Yeah,
I can kick somebody in the side. I don't care.
Yeah, totally. How old are you, Derek?
I'm 32.
30. Okay, you look young. That's a compliment. You look young. You get to be an old guy like me. Chris, what are you like? You're 33, Chris?
No, I'm 51.
No. Yeah. And Todd, you're at 25, right, Todd?
Exactly.
There you go. And Todd, so you worked in the newspapers before?
Yep. 34 years in newspapers, and last stop was Omaha, which is great. My wife and I are from Nebraska, so that helped get us home. And I was on the board for First Responders Foundation when Al, the gentleman I took over for, needed to step away with some responsibilities with the government, and it just worked out well.
Very cool. Very cool. And Anthony, how long have you been in the police force?
Coming up on 16 years here in Omaha.
Wow. Have you in the service at all before?
No, I wasn't. I got hired right when I was 21, so pretty much started out right as a baby.
Oh, okay, good. Is that what you wanted to be growing up, a police officer?
Yeah. Yep. Kind of all I ever wanted to be, like kind of as a kid, and I just ended up at a good time in Omaha, being able to get on. So.
Right. Good. Is it so? What's Omaha like? And we talked about, I think, before the show, how the police officers are treated terrible around here, around the New York City area. Is it like that out there?
We're pretty fortunate around Omaha. We don't see a lot of the big main issues that some of the coasts see.
Right.
I mean, we do see some of that bleeding through a little bit here, but I mean, with the First Responders Foundation, we also have a lot of other community groups that are chief, and I mean, it's not just the police, the fire department, 360 Network, all these organizations kind of come together, and Omaha itself has worked together a lot. So even when stuff kind of does happen, that is other parts of the country or even some more local stuff here. I mean, we can get some upset people, but we don't see it as heavy or as hard as, some of the other areas do.
Good. All right. So just to be sure, we'll recap here a little bit. We got police officers, firefighters here. Todd runs the First Responders Foundation. If people want to help out, you got a website that they can help out in some way, donate money, whatever?
Sure. If you go to firstrespondersfoundation.org, there's a donate button at the top of our screen. Obviously, if you're in the area and you want to participate, you can get tickets online at Ticketmaster, or you can drive by Baxter Arena and save $3 per ticket.
March 24th, with 3:00 in the afternoon.
3:00. Doors open at 2:00, and it's a great family event. I mean, we have booths. We'll have arson dog. We'll have police cars. We'll have race cars.
Nice.
Just come out and enjoy it. It's gonna be a nice day.
You'll have Coach Pennington behind the bench there with his plaid suit on.
Oh yeah. Looking
You
good.
guys have got to give me some pictures of that, right? With that plaid suit.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get pictures if he's in a plaid suit. That's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, definitely. And Chris, are you playing in the game?
I am. Probably my shifts will probably be limited, but I'll be playing.
We had a charity game recently, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I haven't skated in like a year. You know how it is too. Like I'm in shape when you get out there and you haven't skated in a while, you feel like Bambi on ice. So I sat on the bench and made fun of people. So that was fun. I used to coach, so on my glove I've got a whistle that wraps around. It's a coaching whistle. So guys, during the game, I'll blow the whistle unexpected times. Now I'm trying to get the other team, like they're going in on the offensive zone. I'm trying to get them to pretend it's an offside, but they weren't going for it. The only person that got fooled was our goalie, and so he stopped playing.
Oh no, Derek, we might have to try that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's really good with
pocket just to keep one around.
Especially if you don't call penalties, but you have penalty shots. That's a great time to do it too. The guy's going in, he's all nervous. You know, the penalty shot, the crowd will blow the whistle. Yeah.
And Tom, if you're in Omaha the 24th, I'm guessing fire would suit you up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, you may not.
They're 0-2 so far.
We there's some men's leagues around here. The guys are always coming recruiting me, wanting me to play, and they say you can run the power play. I say, guys, you got to go check the tape. I can play power play. Good. All right, so let's go through some personal. Derek, who's your favorite hockey team? You got a favorite team?
Boston Bruins.
Oh, why's that?
Just kind of been a fan. I like Marchant, the little rascal. Pasta is one of my favorite players. As you can see, got the classic Bobby Orr.
I've got that picture too. That's good.
In the back. So yeah, I'm a Boston Bruins fan.
Very cool. How about you, Anthony?
I got two. Right back there, UMD Bulldogs, and then New York Rangers.
There you go. I was going to give you a hard time if you didn't say the Rangers. Yes. And who was your favorite all-time number 2 that played for the Rangers? I've narrowed it down for you.
No comment.
You know what's funny because Brian Leach's number, he wore number 2, and he's got his number retired at the Garden. So and he's a pretty funny guy too. We do a lot of charity events together and stuff, and I'm always picking on him about being better than him.
We've got there's a local guy here from Omaha played for the Rangers, Jed Ortmeyer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He came out a couple years ago to our game. So.
Oh, he's from Omaha. I didn't know that. He's a tough little bugger too. Yeah, he was tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Todd, who's your favorite team?
Not kissing up, but the Rangers, because I think I blacked out for a second here, but I think you mentioned Jed and Jed Ortmeyer. He's been a big supporter of ours. And then for college, I lived in Wisconsin for 10 years, so I have to say go Bucky.
Okay, very cool. So I went to Northern Michigan, just that's the Harvard of the Midwest. In case you didn't know that. I've had some guys I do another podcast called Full Change, and get have about 90 former players on, talk about their lives before the game, after the game, and during the game, obviously. And some of the guys are really smart. I think I didn't even buy books when I was in college, for God's sakes. I was a total idiot. I was never on a full scholarship, and I don't think I tell a story that my senior year, we were ranked number 1 in the country, and I was captain of the team, and I was failing a business class. So I had to drop that class and take 4 1-credit classes. Now, remember, I'm captain of the number 1 ranked team in the country. I took bowling, racquetball, phys ed, and the best one was beginning skating. I took. And it's funny, right? You think back, it was like funny, and I think, what a waste! I had a full scholarship, and I did nothing with it. Hey, Chris, who's your favorite team?
St. Louis Blues.
Oh, nice, very good. Any reason, or just?
Grew up watching more baseball and was a Cardinal fan, and when I got into hockey, it was just naturally took another St. Louis team.
Yeah, is hockey a big thing out there where you guys are?
It is. We have for juniors, we have the Omaha Lancers. They've been around in the USHL for 36 years. We have for college, we have Division I, the UNO Mavericks, University of Omaha Mavericks, which I think they're currently up to 17 in the pairwise ratings right now. And our youth programs are just going through the roof. Really cool. A lot of those guys that played at UNO. In fact, one of the assistants with the police team coaches. I think that's why this game kind of is kind of a big deal. So many of our guys on the teams are coaching or in some way involved. Anthony runs the high school league for the high school teams in town, and everyone's involved a little bit. Last night I was at a rink helping out kind of an upstart sled hockey team.
Oh, wow.
So
I got on one of those sleds one time. The Rangers have the sled hockey team. I went up to practice with them, so they got me on the sled. That's a lot tougher than it looks, too.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Again, so March 24th in Omaha, Nebraska, the First Responders Foundation. Is it a foundation talk? Is it how we say it first? Yeah, foundation. So the police officers will be playing firefighters. We'll have Coach Pennington. That'll be the highlight of the show, actually. People who come from all over, watch him in his plaid suit. Right? Do you seriously
Nice
have
to be back on the ice next year, though?
do you seriously have the plaid suit?
It's not like 1980s plaid.
Oh.
It's a more modern plaid, but yeah, it'll look good.
So this is have you worn this before? So this isn't just some new thing.
Oh no, I've worn it to my sister's wedding, and oh yeah, it'll look good.
So Anthony, you've seen him in the plaid suit, Anthony?
I haven't.
No.
Okay.
That's a new one. We gotta wait. We gotta wait by the gate there and watch him come in.
Yeah, you will do it after the game. We'll have another show with all of us on, and you can give me your evaluation of the plaid suit. You guys, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're one of those guys, and I mean this as a comment to you. You'll wear whatever you want to wear and wear it proudly, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I like
I
that.
think we're gonna have a plaid cam just on you the entire game.
Yeah, seriously.
I think Matt Hill's going to wear one too. So our goalie from last year, he's not going to play this year. He's going to help me coach. He
So
said
you be two years on the bench with plaid suits on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta see. Maybe I'll fly in for the game.
It reminds me of the old Saturday Night Live skit where it's always better to look good than to be good.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
one of our great old players we lost him was Mark Pavley. He's played on the '80 Olympic team. Great guy, and he got through some mental health stuff and ultimately passed away. But he was famous because we had a dress code that you had to have a suit and tie on to come to the games. But he was at Midwest, it's upper Minnesota, and he just wear a pair all the time. He'd wear a plaid shirt and a pair of corduroy pants. So for the game, he would just put on a random tie over the same shirt and the corduroy pants and some jacket. So he had like 6 different colors and all different patterns and everything. Didn't buy. He wrote New York City. All the guys are dressed up with the suits on. No bit. He care less. He was down the ball. All right, again. So March 24th. What's the name of the arena again, Derek?
What's that?
What's the name of the arena again?
Baxter Arena.
Baxter Arena. How many does that seat?
I would say
It's
about
like 6,000 or 7,000, right around there.
Oh well, are you expecting to get a pretty full house?
We've averaged, first year was a little over 3,000. We had 3,300 last year.
Nice.
With the plaid suit and some
Yeah.
advertising, people get
I might get some more.
Seriously, you should just have him walking around town with the plaid suit on and like get a small sign on the back saying "Come to the game and buy tickets." Yeah.
I
How
can
about
market it a little well.
How about you, Anthony? You getting dressed up for the game?
No, I don't get dressed up. I'm the guy that sneaks in the back gate with all the water bottles and speakers and stuff, and just hides out in the locker room until it's time to go out.
Todd, how about you? Are you getting dressed up?
I'll be wearing the colors, but no, I'll be
Okay.
in comfy shoes and a t-shirt.
Okay. How about you, Chris?
Oh, this sweatshirt right here is probably what I'll enter the doors with.
I was just going to say that. I thought that's who you would be. I thought you'd be that guy. Yeah. Okay. Here's the big question of the day, though. Who brings the cooler of beer? Oh, you got it. There you go.
That's the way they agree to play. So
now
it's a few coolers.
Is that what it is? Okay. I played in a few games where guys start drinking before the game. Does that happen here?
No comment.
Yeah.
So we got a police officer around here, yeah?
I'm not going to comment what our locker room.
That's funny. That sounds like you guys are going to have a good time, but it does get a little competitive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's to the caliber of like the New York game,
Right.
but there's a lot of trash talk.
Oh,
I mean, even prior to the game. I mean, Tony and I make fun of each other all the freaking time. It's when we do like the pregame or the pre-event scrimmages and all that, that's when the guys just start stabbing each other a little bit to see who wants to go after each other.
that's good.
So it's a good time.
Anthony, you pretty good?
In my mind, yeah. Yes, these guys know.
That's all that matters. Your mind is the only place that matters. Yeah.
Somebody that's not on the ice, I can say these guys skate.
Oh, nice.
Maybe drops off a little bit late in the third period.
Right.
But they're thinking.
That's where the age starts to show for us.
That's right.
Right. And it starts getting really, you want that cold beer. You know, the cold beer sitting there in the locker room on ice and everything. You can't wait to get in there. Yeah. Good.
You know where the
Very
minds go of all the guys. They're like, I just want to drink.
Yeah, no kidding. That sounds like fun. Again, one more time, March 24th, Omaha, Nebraska, First Responders Foundation. And you also have a website, right, Todd, that people can go to donate. Can they donate their time in any way to help out?
Absolutely. We're pretty good on this year, but just go to that site, firstrespondersfoundation.org, and if you're interested in volunteering for any of the events we put on, you can sign your name up right there.
Very cool. Very cool. And again, it's for first responders and military, retired military veterans.
And what in one of the intermissions this year, we'll be honoring Dagan Page's family. They started a foundation. He was one of the military people that lost their lives with withdrawal of Afghanistan.
No.
So we're honoring them as well as he was a big hockey player, and they're doing a great job with their foundation. So we want to take some time and make sure that everybody knows what they're doing as well.
Good. Unfortunately, you probably have to deal with suicide. Is that correct?
Yep.
There's so much.
We have a 24-hour hotline that anybody can call.
Right.
Anytime.
I'm going to hook you up with some other people around here. There's a family that lost their 16-year-old son, who was a hockey player, and they started a thing called Shoulder Check. It's just really a movement more where you reach out and touch somebody, say, "Are you okay? Do you need help? I'm here for you." There's a lot of, I'm sure I'm not telling you something you don't know. There's a lot of mental health issues out there, isn't there? Amongst everybody, but especially military personnel, police officers, firefighters that go through.
Yeah. And then we serve our definition of first responder is actually taken from Homeland Security. So it's, dispatch, it's corrections, sheriffs, anybody that's on the front line.
Right. Anthony, I'm not going to ask you to get specific, but I'm sure you've seen some things in your time, in your 19 years, that kind of sit in your mind still.
Yeah, definitely. I did 10 years working the street on overnights down in South Omaha here, which is more traditionally one of our lower poverty areas. And then about 6 years ago, I switched to working in the schools now. So coincidentally, I'm still working in a kind of real low poverty school. I'm working in the alternative school for the whole Omaha Public School District. So we get a lot of rough kids through here. So
what do you do there? You work as a guard there?
Full-time resource officer. So like anything the school needs, whether it's safety, if kids have problems they come talk to me with, or if they have problems with each other, I cover everything. I'm just here Monday through Friday all day long.
Man. And Derek, do you think firefighters have to deal with that kind of stuff too? You're still seeing some bad stuff. I mean, people get burned in fires and
and I would honestly say probably 80 to 90% of our job's medical, more than the fire side. So yeah, we see the suicides, we see the mental health. And a big part of what we're trying to push is not only for the firemen and the police officers' mental health, but as we try to get educated too, so we can help the people that we are serving to make sure they get the proper help too. And we send them to the right facilities. If it's a mental health kind of scenario, we get them the proper help. So
sure.
The full circle.
And Chris, what about families too, Chris? I mean, they've got to go through a lot too. Somebody, their husband or wife or father goes on a shift, not knowing whether they're going to come back or not, right?
That's right. It takes a while for families, especially. We do a lot of talking with our new employees when they get started, and including their families in those discussions, because just the shifts are different. They're away 24 hours from their family. If their family's already established, that's a big change for them. It's a big change if they're going to get married. To bring a spouse into that type of situation, not only the 24 hours away, but then, how are they going to react when were they up all night? Did they see something overnight that bugs them that they're kind of carrying and don't know how to express with? And so that's what's really, really nice about what the First Responders Foundation has done. It's really evolved into something that's really helping police and firefighters on a level that was even greater than what it intended to start as. When they first started, they were doing a great job, and they were buying equipment, pieces of equipment that were for safety and were helping out the police departments and fire departments. But it's really evolved into this concentration on the mental health of policemen and firemen and military veterans, and that's really. For far too many years, it was something that was completely ignored. You didn't talk about it. You pushed it off to the side, and you just came back from a call and you went and you got ready for the next one. And nobody, it was really just kind of ignored for way too long. And we're trying to emphasize that, and it's being recognized, and we're trying to get people help before it's too late for them.
Right. You know, growing up on the farm, being a hockey player up in Canada, we didn't talk about our feelings at all, right? It was like you shut her down.
Yeah.
And now I'm learning more and more how bad that is, right? Especially if you're in a relationship, not just if you're in a relationship. Do you think the guys are getting better at it, Tom or Todd?
I do. I think the stigma's slowly going away, and you can definitely see an age gap. So 40 and under, they all get it. They understand there's nothing wrong with, just like going to your doctor. You know,
Right.
sprain your neck or your leg, you go to a doctor, and coming in and having these conversations is important. And I think everyone on this show today would back that up. All of our counselors are culturally competent, meaning they grew up in a first responder household. They were a first responder. They get the unique stressors that go along with the job. And I also want to mention we're growing. We're currently in 3 states. We have in 5 years, we'd like to be in 10. So if anybody has someone that's a first responder, you know, your community, again, just firstresponsfoundation.org. You can hit the chapter button and we'll reach out and have a conversation. So it's all mission driven. We don't make any money. We don't keep any money. Everything's local. We just provide the resources we have here and try and help as many as we can.
So March 24th, Omaha, Nebraska, First Responders Foundation. The firefighters are playing the police officers, starring Derek Pennington with the plaid suit. And I do mean starring, right?
No doubt.
Is it going to be filmed? Like the TV stations covering this, or?
We've been fortunate to have some show up the last 2 years, so I would assume we'll have some. And that we've got someone that'll video it and make that for social media. But it'll be a great day.
I'll help you with that. I'll post it, especially if there's a plaid suited Derek Pennington.
Wonderful.
I'll make sure I point out the camera for you too.
There you go. Yeah. Say, hey, Tom, this is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you, Tom.
Deborah,
Anthony,
you donated a podcast. I want to say thank you. Go to a raffle.
My pleasure.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we'll do that after, and hopefully we'll see somebody that has pictures of Derek in that suit on too. So I'm just doing it selfishly. I just wanted to see the suit. That's the only reason we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, no worries.
Now, Derek, you married?
I am not. Nope.
Okay.
It's just me and my German Shepherd.
Good. So I'm divorced twice. So don't change anything. Okay. I'll show you now not to do things in relationships. Okay. Yeah. I've got 2 sons. They're 33 and 31. One's married. One's got a beautiful girlfriend, and they're these fantastic relationships. And I look at them and I take credit for that because I tell them how not to do things. Like, don't do it the way I did it. How about you, Anthony? You married?
I am. Been married for coming up on close to 15 years here, and got 2 boys.
Wow. Nice.
16 and 13. So
Very cool.
busy.
Hockey players or anything? Or?
Both of them, yeah. Both of them hockey. One, my oldest one, they both started when they were real young. Yeah, you know, the typical hockey story started out, you know, at the rink doing half ice and working their way all the way up. My oldest just plays high school now. And then my youngest, the 13-year-old, plays 13U here on a team that's based out of Omaha.
Oh, very cool. Todd, how about you? Married, kids?
Yep. 28 years, 2 boys. Off on their own. One's a videographer, and the other one's finishing up a psychology degree in Lincoln.
Jeez, 28 years staring married. I've been married twice. That doesn't total 28 years. 2 of them together. Good Lord. Derek, don't do it. No, just kidding. Chris, how about you?
Married 27 years, 4 kids. My youngest is still playing. He's 17, and he's playing 18 and under AAA hockey here out of an Omaha team, the same program that Anthony's sons plays for.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Good. Okay, so one last time here, March 24th in Omaha, Nebraska. FirstRespondersFoundation.org. You can go to that site. You can buy tickets there, but you can go to the arena itself. A great foundation. Again, near and dear to my heart, my father being a firefighter. So you guys are doing fast. And personally, for all the things you guys do, both on and off the job, big thank you for that. So I know how much you guys have to go through for that. So too. All right. Again, March 24th, Omaha, Nebraska, First Responders Foundation, 3:00 in the afternoon.
Correct.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see the plaid suit. Man. do they have, a lot of places have the live barn, you know, so they can see the live action? You go online.
Baxter doesn't have that.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about like finding a live stream crew in the past. We might be able to get that set up this year still too, but
yeah,
we got to get somebody on that.
Yeah, it's a cool thing for grandparents and everything to be able to watch their kids when they're not at the rink. So, hey guys, great to meet you again. Thank you for coming on the show. And then we'll have another show after. Somebody will bid for that. So we'll discuss some more hockey, some more plaid suits.
Wonderful.
You know what? I think
during that second one.
What's that, buddy?
I might even just wear it for you during the second.
Okay. Okay.
You're committed now, Derek.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's just
You know
in my
what?
closet, ready to go.
You know why I think it's such a big deal? Because I can't see myself ever doing it. Like I just don't know if I've got the courage to do it. Although I've gotten better. Like I don't know if I was on that TV show Survivor, so I've started to do stuff like that. So I'm the guy now with the Ranger alumni. When they have somebody that wants to do something just totally ridiculous, they call me up to do it. So they have a guy at Madison Square Garden called Dancing Larry. And he's been there for years. And when a certain song comes on, he's just a regular fan. He gets up and dances in front of 18,000 people. So I think it was end of last season or 2 seasons ago, they wanted one of the alumni guys to get up and dance with them. Of course, they called me, and I'm the world's worst dancer. I'm terrible. So I'm up in front of 18,000 people, but I said, screw it. I'm going for it. I had the full sweat going and everything. Young girl who was filming it. I asked her after. I said, I suck as a dancer, don't I? She says, yes, you do. But you worked really hard at it. You worked hard at it. So it's cool. All right, again, guys, thank you very much for coming on again. March 24th, Omaha, Nebraska, First Responders Foundation.org. You can go to that website to donate time, money, go to the game, have a ball. And we'll see you guys after the game, all right? We'll do another show.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom.
See you guys.
Thank you.